Strange to even say this, but it seems like the flu is almost non-existent in Indiana this year.
It's definitely not what we're all talking about the most. The state health department is reporting very low numbers of cases and deaths. Dr. Mary Gillis joins us now to explain why this is the case. Mary, what's going on?
Oh, right. So we have these incredibly low numbers in terms of flu activity. We have a visual from the Indiana State Department of Health that we can show. I think we have a graphic of that. You can see on the left side the percent of flu-like illnesses. That's hovering around 1 to 2%. And then at the bottom, it shows the morbidity and mortality weekly reporting. 2020 to 2021 is the dark blue line below. Look how low compared to the 2017-28 season that is.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I spoke with Dr. Amy Beth Kressel. She is an infectious disease specialist at Eskenazi Health. I always love talking to her, and she's had some really interesting things to say about this.
I think some of the things we're doing helped, but I also do want to say viruses are strange and we don't completely understand how they play in the same sandbox together. So this year, people really took vaccines seriously. And I do think that the lack of travel and the quiet season in the Southern Hemisphere, the lack of travel, wearing masks, social distancing, they all have had impact on influenza. But I personally don't think that's the whole story because we still had COVID.
Playing in the same sandbox. I thought that was so interesting the way she said that. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? That's true. I mean, I guess you just don't think about it because we just haven't been talking about it.
But this makes perfect sense with less travel, as she mentioned, everyone wearing masks, doing distancing, and I mean, this would obviously pertain to the flu as well. So it does make sense.
And, you know, she also said viruses are like these sort of beings that exist and sort of change and interact with one another. So there is a relationship there. She puts it as sometimes one virus just competes another.
Okay.
So this year, COVID won, and let's just say that the flu lost. This is very similar, she says, to the 2009 H1N1 epidemic, where essentially all other respiratory illnesses went away. But again, we can't forget about the flu, especially as we approach next season.
Yeah, this is really fascinating. You're right. Like when one is everywhere, the other one seems to just
listen. It's hard for me to not focus on just one thing.
Right.
So that's probably true for many things.
But great notes there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been difficult. Sort of COVID has just taken over everything, but we still have to pay attention. You know, every year with the flu, we make our best guess. The vaccines are about 40% effective, and again, it's based on what she said, the Southern Hemisphere. As she mentioned, we can only predict. And again, at McKinsey, as you said, these travel restrictions are going. Well, they're going to be lifted. Less masking. More people will be back at work. Kids will be in school. But also, we've learned some things, especially for children in school. We don't have to eliminate remote learning, she says, because let's say a child is, is going through chemotherapy or maybe has a slight cough, or they can still hop on while other kids are present in the classroom and still have that remote learning. It's been sort of an adjustment that teachers have been struggling with and doing an incredible job with, but not to pass the flu to others in the classroam.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So there we have it.
And you have to stay diligent.
We all got a little bit smarter just then. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you both.